Beautiful garlic. We are just catching you guys up with pizza sauce making today. I was awfully sick over the weekend when I'm still sweaty and flushed this morning, but powering through it. Just taking breaks as needed. But I am, I'll catch you up with where I am on the tomatoes in just a little bit, but I need to get these onions and garlic going. So that's probably about, 5-6 cups of chopped red onions I just had down in the freezer. I'm just gonna soften those in some of that avocado oil. You could certainly use whatever oil you have on hand. And then I'm peeling this garlic so I can mince it once these onions are cooked down, and I'll stir it in there. So I just have it over medium heat right now. And geez, isn't that garlic though gorgeous? Oh, it smells lovely. There's just nothing can replace fresh garlic, right? It's so good. So I'm just gonna saute these down till they're softened, and then we will mix it in with our tomatoes. But let's head over there and let me catch you up with what I got done yesterday. Okay, so in this pot, I'll put a picture here what it looked like when I filled it. I mean, it was pretty heaping. Like, I probably couldn't have put the lid on and let it set firmly on it. So I would guess that was probably 30 to 35 pounds of chopped tomatoes. My tomatoes, guys, are coming in like this every day, a basket full. And I usually let them sit for 2-3 days to let them fully ripen, and then I've been processing them. I just have way more tomatoes this year than I ever have before. So my standard method of throwing them in the freezer, there's already 5 bags down there already, is not gonna work for me this year. I need to process them as soon as they're coming in, and I've got like a roaster full. So this roaster is gonna be turned into pizza sauce. I had it chop the onion, I had the tomatoes just cored, peels on, loaded in the roaster, put it on probably 300 on my roaster, and I let it cook all day. Last night before bed, so my bedtime, because I was still not feeling well, it was like 8 o'clock. I pureed it all, left the lid off, and told Todd, when you come to bed, turn it down to the lowest setting and put the lid back on. So I would say it's reduced down well over half, and it's quite thick already, as you can see. Like, I mean, I can trace on the top of it, but if you like pizza sauce like we do, it's really quite thick. Like, you can hold a spoon and it's gonna go plop. You know, it's not gonna drip, drip, drip. So I'm gonna add a couple cans of tomato paste to this. Just my tip, so I don't have to cook it down quite much more, and that'll just help thicken it up. We're gonna add the veggies, we're gonna season it, and it's basically gonna be ready to go. But at least I can show you guys what veggies I would add to it. I do not add zucchini to my pizza sauce. It is purely a tomato-based product. And I will come back and add the seasonings and stuff like that with you guys. So hands-on time for me. I did this again, guys. I was running a fever yesterday, feeling terrible, but I just sat here and slowly cored my tomatoes and cut them up, put them in here, and that was the only hands-on time I had, other than, you know, a few seconds to puree everything. So I'll see you guys back in a bit. We'll add that garlic to those onions, get that just so super vibrant, and get ready to add that to this pot. The onions are getting nice and sauteed down, even caramelized a little bit, which wasn't my intent, but oh well. So we're gonna mince 6 cloves of garlic in here. So basically a clove of garlic per cup of onion. Ooh, my garlic's oily. All right, I'm gonna just cook this around for just 30 seconds to a minute, just until the garlic becomes fragrant. And then we will call it good and add it to our tomato base. So to this, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of black pepper. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of sugar. Oh no, I've got it here. I'm using brown sugar. You could use white sugar, you could use honey, you could use maple syrup. Okay. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of oregano. No, 4 tablespoons of oregano. People have asked how I store my herbs. Like this, in a jar, after they're dried. Sometimes they don't get crushed up well enough though. And then we need 4 tablespoons of basil. What else do we need? Oh, rosemary. 4 teaspoons of rosemary. And salt, 4 teaspoons of salt. I'll puree all this together, so we're gonna go on silent mode here for a second while I do that. And I'll be right back with you guys. So now I'm just gonna add, I think I'm gonna add 2 cans of tomato paste, see what the texture's like, or the thickness at that point. If I need to add the 3rd, I will. But it's cooked down quite a bit, so I'm hoping 2 is all I need. And again, you do not have to do this step. You could just keep letting it cook down until the thickness that you want. And, but this just helps my end product go a little further. Okay, much better trace on the top. Kind of like making soap for me is like pizza sauce. So I look for a trace that's gonna really hold and not come in on itself. And this is really doing that. So now I'm gonna let it just simmer, let all the seasonings meld together for probably 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll be ready to can it. So here's the thing. This is that much more oregano going in. What is that, like a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons? And I had Todd come in here and taste it. So last year was my first year making pizza sauce, and I myself forgot to write down the recipe I used, which is why I keep my own canning recipe book. So once I find a recipe that I like, I stick to it, and it goes in my forever canning cookbook. I started that a couple of years ago. So he came in and tasted it. He goes, I remember, Rachel, last year we ended up modifying the recipe that you followed to make it our way, the way that we like it flavored. So he added about 1/8 of a cup of garlic powder on top of the garlic I used, and close to 1/3 of a cup more of the brown sugar.
Now, I just use white sugar.
Oh, you just used white sugar?
White sugar, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. Now, I will tell you, personally for me, it is quite sweet. So I would suggest you stick with my idea of just the 4 tablespoons. And if you need to go up from there, go up from there. I think it's possibly more sugar than we used last time because of the variety of tomatoes I used this year. Like last year I didn't use any beef steaks, mostly all paste tomatoes.
It's tasting good to me now.
Good. He said it's the right thickness, so we're ready to can.
Yep, and the thing about it with this recipe, I guess, and probably any recipe, when you're at this stage, this is the time
To season.
to tweak it and adjust it and make it yours. You don't have to make it exactly the way that we do. Maybe you want your pizza sauce to be a little spicy, so you could toss in some red pepper flakes and
Yeah.
a lot of different things. Now's the time to do it before it goes in the jars. Get it how you want it. Mm-hmm. Taste it 15, 20 times if you need to.
Which is definitely another reason why I cook my tomatoes down just plain as they are before I even do any seasoning. So I don't want to over salt it to begin with or something like that. I'd rather just cook it all down and then season it and then do the final cook, letting those seasonings come together. All right, so I'm hoping for anywhere from 12 to 18 pints. So we'll see. I think this is an 18-quart roaster and it's about half full. So I should get 18 pints, but we'll see.
It looks pretty close, yeah. So this is a water bath recipe.
Water bath.
Because you add lemon juice.
Lemon juice, yep.
Then with pints, you add 1 cap, and quarts 2 caps. Is that how you do it?
It's really 1 tablespoon and quarts 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
I'm just doing a loose measurement right now of a tablespoon of lemon juice in each jar. And if you guys caught, I don't know which video is going to come out first or second, but I just filmed a video having to go downstairs and get more oil from the pantry to finish this dish. And down there you see I have tons of lemon juice in my extended pantry. And it's for things exactly like this, because I use so much lemon juice during canning season that I keep plenty on hand. All right, exciting moment. I've got the water bath canner warming up back there, and we will fill these to just a little over 1 inch of headspace. That one probably got a little too full. I made a post on Instagram when I was preparing this and said one of my hashtags that I used was my method of preservation is preserve what you eat. So we eat lots of pizza, grilled pizza sandwiches for lunches, and just having it quick and ready to go, already made, ensures that we don't ever have an excuse not to make it from home or to go to the store and buy it. So it's just fun. All right, I ended up getting my 18 pints like I hoped. That's so exciting for me. So what would I wish to have? If I had 30 pints on the shelf, that would be great. So probably what I can do is like a half batch. Or a full batch even, and just wrap this project up for the summer. And I ended up having to get out the other canner, so we'll get these last several loaded in here. And I'm going to water bath can these for 25 minutes. Then you put some more water in both of them. Well, I hope you guys had fun coming in the kitchen with me today, making some of the best pizza sauce. Honestly, I love it. Our pizza sauce, it's so good. I wrote the recipe down. I made sure to adjust it with Todd's little tweaks, but definitely just season it your way. You know, taste that flavor. What more does it need? Sometimes it's just the sweet to balance out the savory. Sometimes it's the heat to balance out the sweet. So whatever your flavor profile likes, just experiment and enjoy in your kitchen, making your own homemade goodies. I was talking about hashtags earlier in the video. One of my favorite hashtags is growing groceries. Hashtag growing my groceries. So that's what I feel like I'm accomplishing each time I can put something on the shelf that years ago would have otherwise been store-bought. So this is super, super fun for me. Hopefully it's encouraging to you to just come in the kitchen with me and create something new to put on your pantry shelves. I have a lot of dishes to do, but I'll end the video here with what they look like coming out of the canner. Thanks guys, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, they got done canning about 10 minutes ago, so let's pull these jars out. Gorgeous pizza sauce. Very exciting. Oh yeah, that looks yummy.